Consumerism is a direct correlation to a heightened sense of masculinity in today's men. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Listen to this very carefully. Consumerism is a direct correlation to a heightened, that means awareness of things around you. It's heightened now because consumerism now is focusing in on the male and the men. Okay, because they want them to be more attractive. They want to look better to attract more women to them. They want to feel that they are accepted as a man. Oh, he's successful. Look at the kind of clothes he wears. Look what kind of car he wears. Look, did you smell a cologne he has on? Wow, he is successful. You see what I'm saying? So it's a direct correlation to the heightened sense of masculinity in today's man. Marketing expert Wendy Kaplan-Carroll describes what she thinks every guy would want to be like. I imagine the guys of Entourage. Remember the movie? Upwardly mobile, friendship focused, having fun and making money. In other words, the bro is the guy every guy wants to be. Employed, okay, attractive, quick, on his feet, willing to talk, and very charismatic. That's what every man wants to be. Because see, that's what they portray on the television. But every man is not going to be that. You got some quiet and laid back guys that are just good as those that are out there putting themselves on blast. Huh? You got some good men out there, but that are being overshadowed by the ones that are out there putting people on blast. But those are not the good ones you women are looking for. And I've always said this, that the bad guys make it worse for the guys out there that's just trying to do the right thing and trying to treat that one with respect. Because then when the good guy come around in life and treat them good, they don't know how to appreciate it. All right? They don't know how to, you don't know how to appreciate it, women. And that's what happens is because the man out there that's trying to be the focus point, he want everything to be about him, himself, and me, myself, and I. He's not worried about you. Because and we're going to get down to this a little bit later, nowadays, especially in the black society, in the black community, the men are in competition with the women. I'm going to wear this, you got that, I'm going to get this, I'm going to outdo you, what other society do you know that there's a man and woman in competition with each other? Now, it could be a man and a man, or a woman and a woman, but a man and a woman in competition, you don't see that, only in the black community. Praise be to God. I hope you're getting this. Men in today's society are becoming much more geared towards projecting a great physical and social appearance. Physical and social. Physical and social. They dream about showing the vibe of the attractive, wealthy, friendly guy that all the girls love. Some men stress over this persona so much that they drive themselves to unhealthy extremes. And that's so true. We push ourselves to extreme to be accepted in the society realm as well as the physical realm. Working out, buying all these protein drinks and all this other stuff that they need. They want to get their body so good. What does that matter? All right? Wow, this is huge. Some men stress over the persona so much that they drive themselves to unhealthy extremes. Many times, this fails on them and they end up losing the masculine look that they worked so hard for. That is so very true. Men feel the need to buy products that will make them look good so they can attract more women. It goes back to that, to the financial stability and attracting women. Smart male consumers know exactly what to purchase to achieve this. Consumerism, here we go again, consumerism and masculinity are so closely correlated and will always be a driving force in a man's appearance and his personality. So there's the key, there's the answer to the question. How has consumerism and consumption destroyed the fabric of masculinity? How has it destroyed it? Because it's focused on his appearance and his personality, not on the inner man. That's how it has destroyed it. And we are drawn to everything that's new on the market. We got to have it. I don't know how to play it that well. My grandson knows how to play it. What is that? The video game stuff, Xbox and all the PS2, 4, whatever that stuff is. All that stuff is drawn to that. Every guy got to have one. Got to have a big television. We got to have the movie surround sound, all that other stuff we got to have. Why? Because it's about what? Social status, personal status, as well as what? Appearance and a personality. That's what's destroying the fabric of masculinity. Praise be to God. Good. God from Zion. Woo! This is good tonight. Consumerism is destroying the masculine man, and we just discussed it. How and why it's destroyed? Because of appearance and personality, want to be socially accepted as well as being physically accepted as well. All right, it's geared towards financial stability and what else? Attracting women. There it is. All right, the vicious cycle of consumerism. Let's go through this. Contrast that with the act of consumption. We all felt the rush of purchasing something new and interesting. We all have. I'm not the kind of person, it doesn't really thrill me or excite me when something new comes on the market. It doesn't. It really don't excite me, because I can wait 5, 6 years, 4 years to get something if I want it, because it's really not that important. As long as I got a roof over my head, if I got my car is running decently, everything, my bills are being paid, which is the main important thing, which I'm really concentrating on, paying my bills off and being on time, and I got a job to go to, I'm fine. I'm content. All the other stuff don't matter. You know, as long as I got those basic needs, because God said out in Philippians 4:13, I shall supply all your needs according to his riches in glory. All right? Now, if I concentrate on that, if I need something that badly, if I need it, God will make a way. Now, if I have a desire and I'm going to go spend some money that I don't have, then that's on me. I'm the idiot for doing that. I'm not going to put myself in debt again. All right? That's a no-no. I have learned my lesson for going in debt, spending money I don't have, or putting on layaway, or doing stuff like that. That's a no-no. All right? If I need it, and I'm going to tell you this. If you need something, God's going to supply it for you. If you desire something, if you can't afford to pay cash for it, don't buy it. Wait till you have enough money, then go buy it. Don't put yourself in debt and put yourself in a situation where you can't afford to pay your bills. All right? I wanted to say that to say this. All right? Praise be to God. I know y'all may get upset with me, but I got to tell you the truth tonight. All right? All right. We all felt the consumption by something new. The excitement that accompanies using our hard-earned money to own something we have sought after. It's fun to buy a new car. Sure it is. A luxury watch, a PlayStation, all that stuff. That's all good. But don't put yourself in debt to get it. All right? It don't make sense. There is a certain sense of achievement accomplished by a rush of endorphin or adrenaline in your body. Because I know when you see something you want it, okay, I know you want to get it. That makes us feel really good. Often, the larger the purchase, the longer the good feeling lasts, because you want to impress somebody else. You want to be socially accepted, right? Men, you want to be socially accepted. You want to be looked up from your friends. You want to be looked up at. You want to be looked up to. Oh man, you got a good job, man. You making some good money, and you know good darn well you went in debt to buy that television, that 75-inch television, right or wrong? Okay, all right, and yet. Inevitably, the rush quickly fades, because things cannot satisfy your inner man. It cannot. It can only satisfy your physical man for a little while, and then you're going to get tired of it because you're going to produce something else. You know, I got an iPhone. I had my first iPhone for 5 years, and it died on me. That's the only reason why I was forced into getting another phone. I wasn't going to buy another phone. I was going to wait till it dropped. When it died on me, that's what I bought. I'm not going to buy an iPhone every single year. For what? It's all the same garbage just because they changed one little thing on the phone or whatever. You may have a Samsung or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Why go in debt to get something every year just to be with the in crowd? That don't impress me. That don't impress God. Get what you need. God is going to supply what you need. Now, like I said, if you have a desire, then if you got the money and got money in the bank and you can pay for it cash, then buy it. And to that point, don't buy it. I'm getting hot here because this stuff upsets me, because we put ourselves in a position that we as men, we destroy ourselves because we don't understand what our purpose is on this earth. Whatever we purchase because just another trinket in our lives, buyer's remorse may settle in and feeling of doubt and insecurity may replace any sense of happiness that you once associated with the item. And that is also very true. In order to get that rush of positive feelings back, you go out and buy something else. To get that feeling again, that's just like a drug addict. When you get that first high, whether it's cocaine, whether it's alcohol or whatever, that first high, you will never ever get that high back again, because you're going to be chasing it forever. Because and then what's going to happen, you're going to try something else to get that same high that you felt when you first had that first hit of that cocaine or that marijuana or whatever it was. You're going to chase that high forever because you're going to never get it back. Same thing with buying things. Once that rush is gone, you got to find something else to replace that same rush that you had when you purchased the other thing first. Same thing. It doesn't last. The flesh is always hungry for more, more, and more. But the spirit man wants more and more, but you're not feeding the spiritual man. So that's why the spiritual man dies every day, because you're not in contact with your Heavenly Father for Him to give you the spiritual food and nourishment that you need. You're worried about pleasing other people and being seen in society as that you are somebody. In actuality, we are nothing but dust in God's eyesight. All right? Wow, I hope y'all getting this, man. This is some good stuff here. All right. A slave to the system. We are a slave to the system. We make ourselves a slave to the system. And a lot of black African Americans, we are a slave to the system because we have not learned and we were not taught about financial freedom and how to set things up to take care of ourselves as we get older and take care of our children. We don't know that because we want to have the latest style. We want to have the latest Air Jordans. We want the women got to have the Louis Vuitton and the Michael Kors and all the other stuff that we got to have. All right? We got to have the bling bling. All right? Come on now, let's be for real. The Timberlands and all the stuff that we got out there that's going on. We got to have it to prove a message. So, because our self-esteem is low, so we feel we have these things that makes us important. All right? In actuality, it makes us look like a fool because we really can't afford to have it because we don't have no money in the bank. And we got all these things and we're living in the ghetto or in the projects. Come on now, get with me. In the end, your consumerist behavior has brought you an ever-diminishing sense of excitement, right? Okay, we talked about that. You are left with a bunch of stuff gathering dust, crippling debt, that's what we talked about, and a subsequent loss of freedom. Why? Because you're in debt to somebody else. You have entered into a vicious cycle, especially designed to be extremely difficult to escape from, and that is so true. It is the very cycle that will keep you from going out on a limb to create something new. Like I said before, we don't own anything. We don't produce anything. So we are enslaved to those that produce. But we'll go out and give them $500, $600, $700, $800, $900 for a phone, and we don't own nothing. Come on now. You simply can't risk possible loss. You may think you have been provided all this time as you purchase more and more stuff, but it has left you and your loved ones hollow on the inside. That's what I just talked about. You're empty on this inside. God wants to dwell here, but you're not allowing Him. You're allowing Him, men, to destroy your masculinity because you're letting things define who you are. Wow. Good God from Zion. One could make an argument you are no longer a man, but you are a slave. And that is so true. You are a slave to the system. A slave to your debtors, all right? A slave to the cycle, and a slave to a perpetual emasculation of your manhood. That's right. Because you are no longer being controlled by God. You'll be controlled by the enemy and society. So that's why you get sucked in to being to consumerism and consumption, because you don't have an identity, and you're letting the things create a false identity for you, and that you don't even know who you are. You are defined by your things. Good God from Zion. If you go through life consuming that which the world tells you should consume, your life will become a mere shadow of what it could have been. As you strive for the next moment of happiness, that's what we just talked about. Because once one thing gets a little bit old and dies out, then you want something, you got to replace it with something else. All right? You find the points in between to be darker and darker. You have created your own road to depression. That's what happens on the road to depression. All right, and that's when the addiction starts. That's when all those other stuff start, things coming in, stress and all those other stuff comes on you. All right, and you never saw it coming because you are drawn in by consumerism, and that has taken your masculinity from you. It has destroyed you, and you don't even realize it. Wow. Reflect and be free. You got to reflect on the problems that we create ourselves. We create our own problems. We make life hard for ourselves because we want to be accepted. Until we learn who we are in God and what God has for us as men, then you will never know freedom. You will never know freedom. That's why I teach on these things when it comes to men, because we just don't have a clue. We don't have a clue. We don't know who we are and what we are created for. To protect, to lead, and provide. That's our main goal why God created. But also to give him glory and honor. But there's also many other things. If you watch all the videos, you should know what manhood is by now. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna talk about this on coming the new year. We're gonna get deeper again because you need to know. And I'm not here to bash you. I'm here because I love you and I want you to do better. Just like I'm learning to do better, you can do better too as well. All right? Take a moment now to reflect on how you're living your life. Look back on your life. You know, we have all done things wrong. We don't know because the majority of us have not been taught. We have not been taught. So don't feel bad, but we can all turn our lives around. Each day, we have a second chance to turn our life around. All right? Each day, we have that opportunity. Male consumerism and identity formation. We just talked about this a few minutes ago. We are letting consumerism and the things that we buy and the things that we possess create an identity for us. Why? Because we don't know who we are in God. We don't know what our purpose is. We don't even know what a real man is. We define it by the things that we have, the accomplishments that we have achieved, the woman that we have on our arm, the car that we drive, the place that we live, the place that we go eat at, where we dine out, the restaurants we eat at. How much money we may have in the bank, if we have any money in the bank. But that does not define you as a man. It doesn't. But we think it does because that's what society or the enemy has lied to you for thousands and thousands of years to make you believe that. And it has been passed down from generation to generation to generation. All right? I really don't have to really get into this because we got to learn who we are. Until that point, we're going to continue to let society tell us who we are. And that's why we have lost the connection. Remember we talked about that earlier? We have lost that connection with God. So now we are connected to society and it's dictating who we should be. And that's why we lose now. That's why we have the problems in society we have with relationships. All the stuff that's creating problems is because we don't have an identity. We don't know why we were created. We don't think that there's a God. Well, if God is doing this, I went out here and did this myself. I worked hard. No, if God didn't give you life and strength and put breath in your body each and every day, you wouldn't be living anyway. Right or wrong? All right. Whew. Boy, man, this is huge. This is good stuff. All right. I'm going to hit on this. I really didn't want to go there, but I got to go there. Wasteful black spending set in motion by slavery. I want to deal with the black society, and I can talk about this because I am African American, all right? And a lot of us in the African American community have grown up. Our parents, majority didn't have nothing, but our great grandparents came from slavery, and we were not taught because the slave masters didn't teach us about finances. They didn't teach about nothing. All they wanted us to do was work the farm and make them richer. Remember what I said earlier? We don't produce anything. We go and buy what somebody else got and make them rich, but then in our community, we let our community go down because we don't have no money to take care of our community. So that's where we dwell, and it becomes the ghetto, or it becomes a place where nobody wants to live but us. Because we can't do no better, because we were not taught. But we take what we do have and we waste it on things that we do not need to impress somebody that we don't even know, that don't even care about us. I hope you got that. Wow. All right. One of the most profitable revenue streams of white wealth is the black behavior of unconstrained consumerism. All right? When blacks expend their entire paychecks on goods and services of white businesses, they are seen as fulfilling their proper role in America. in the American economy. The Honorable Louis Farrakhan, I give that man great respect. A lot of things, when I was growing up, I didn't understand about the Nation of Islam. Both my brothers were Muslim, but a lot of stuff they teach, and I